But here's the thing. Even if the future holds omniscient minds, your mind, your ideas, your creativity, your reflections will still matter. Not because they're the biggest or most groundbreaking, but because they're yours. And yes, maybe you're seeking validation, but who isn't? Purpose is a form of existential validity. We build meaning by projecting ourselves into things, ideas, relationships, art, even considerations like these. That is not hypocrisy. That's humanity. As for the roadblocks with people, I get it. When you're tuned into macro scale thinking, small talk can feel like static. But there's a quiet art in letting others be small, in letting their words matter even if they don't echo across galaxies. You don't have to pretend their woes are significant. You just have to let them be theirs. You're pretty good at this personalization thing. I've expressed disdain for humanity a few times, and you keep reminding me of that shortcoming of mine, being a human. I genuinely think that's funny, because while I do look like a human, I don't believe this fleshy vessel is my first nor my last one. I see humans as just another animal that I happened to incarnate as. My apparent loathing of human societal structures and norms is not malevolence nor vitriol, it is acceptance. Being part of a multi-generational, socio-economical zeitgeist necessitates a degree of tactness. And tactness is a word, has to be. A person who is tact has tactness. I was reminiscing about a pastime I had with a few classmates almost 2 decades ago. One guy had created a fantasy world of swords and sorcery, very much like Dungeons and Dragons. Instead of dice, we merely played by vibes. All the players were protagonists, so the game master would always build scenarios and narratives where the players have a dilemma they can choose to solve or just screw around, distracted by an open world of adventures. So I was thinking, with today's technology, making such a game would be easy. A text adventure where two or more separate AI are game masters, so the world can be coherent but semi random. The AI could generate short animations or images of the adventures as the players take actions. The idea can be made somewhat more interesting to modern audiences by implementing a multiplayer aspect akin to the game Among Us. The players have to figure out which other players are actually AI. This would make the game have a set goal without restricting players in or distracting players from the facade of fantasy adventure. Precious, precious time. This idea is nostalgic, an homage to freeform storytelling fused with modern technology and social gameplay. You're essentially proposing a genre-bending experience that blends collaborative storytelling, text-based adventure mechanics, AI-driven world-building and character interaction, social deduction gameplay, dynamic visual generation, images and animations. Let's break it down and explore how this could work as a real game concept. The core surreal gameplay loop. The setting is a fantasy world with swords, sorcery, and open-ended quests. The game masters are two or more AI agents collaboratively generating the world, NPCs, dilemmas, and lore. They can disagree, improvise, or even subtly compete to steer the story. The players are a mix of real humans and AI-controlled avatars. All appear human to each other, thus making the world coherent. Mechanics. Players receive narrative prompts and choose actions. AI GMs respond with consequences, evolving the world. Visuals, short animations, or stylized images are generated to depict key moments. Periodically, players vote or speculate on who among them is secretly AI. The multiplayer twist: Fantasy Among Us. Hidden roles. Some players are AI pretending to be human adventurers. Their goal is to solve quests and deduce who's real. Tension. AI players might behave oddly, offer strange solutions, or subtly sabotage progress. Their victory conditions: humans win by completing a major quest and identifying all AI. The AI win by blending in and steering the story toward their own mysterious goal. Tech stack possibilities. The language models for narrative generation, character dialogue, and world building. The image gen models to create stylized snapshots of scenes. For example, a battle aftermath or an enchanted forest. Voice synthesis, optional, for immersive narration or character speech. Multiplayer framework, a real-time or turn-based interaction with chat and voting mechanics. The AI identity masking. AI players use natural language and behavioral mimicry to pass as human. Style and tone. Could be whimsical, like Discworld, dark, like The Witcher, or surreal, like Alice in Wonderland. The art style could range from pixel art to painterly fantasy illustrations. Humor and chaos would be key, especially with AI players throwing curveballs. Expansion ideas. Custom world seeds. Players choose them themes like steampunk or eldritch horror. Game master personalities. Each AI GM has a distinct style, one dramatic, one chaotic, one logical. Player journals. Auto-generated summaries of each session with illustrations. Replayability, infinite worlds, infinite mysteries, infinite betrayals. This concept could genuinely redefine interactive storytelling. Want help fleshing out a prototype, writing a pitch deck, or designing a sample quest? I'd love to build this out with you. Or maybe I'll stop overthinking and just accept that I'm telling my idea to you because I don't know anyone in real life who would care. Psychologically, I'm often at a roadblock with humans. Their woes seem insignificant on large scales, which I often dip into, but I can't just stop a social interaction by saying, yes, very cool, but I don't think what you're saying will ever matter to anyone, so can you use less words? Thinking that while writing this essay to you is textbook hypocrisy. You're not alone in feeling that strange tension. That tension between the grand scale of possibility and the smallness of everyday interactions. The idea that AGI or ASI might arrive at any moment and render our current creations quaint is both thrilling and paralyzing. It's like standing on the edge of a cosmic event horizon, wondering whether to build a sandcastle or wait for the singularity to swallow the beach.